Oh, they're bringing it up.
Atlantic Jalana would heaven. Is there a river? That's a river, isn't it? I think the sun is up already. You can see it. Look. It's already up.
Come a minute and get away. Just to say they did it. sure you've got a lovely place all to yourself.
I can. They love the carpet. And then you have your What does that mean?
You want somebody? We've got a couple of them. Only got a couple.
Are confused about the price, the cost price. So the cost price for this tour. Okay, so we most of the World Heritage sites you get to see this, and basically it's all not too much, $30. I know $50, sir. American people, $50. Yeah. $1. therefore, what we do is they dry it out with the help of sunlight for a couple of days when we have sunny days. Okay, and after this procedure, 72 hours, so that it becomes thick and strong, and then they take it out.
Nearer the ground.
I mean, it's actually nice. After this done it, well, plane, he's going to travel uncharted Naples. Don't you feel it first before you buy it?
Yeah, we just need to do each other then.
Oh, good.
You're one on two.
Hello.
Meters, and this peak is called Amadablan. Amadablan 6,840 meters, and 80% average climber is training in this peak, like 1 year or like 1 season before they come to Nepal and do the training. But these pictures I took in 2010, but right now the shipping tank is more bigger than this. And then we join 7 layers because that means like 2 big crevices. And also in the mountain we call the 2 different crevices. One we call the A shape and one the B shape. So this is the Camp 4, and this area is we call a balconic, and the third dead zone is we call this area, and this is called So Summit, and from there we can see the summit is very close.
It's there. That's it. I will.
Perfections, okay? So normally people say this baby girl.
国家地方也有这个蛇来保护的，但是这个一种里面的蛇是很重要的，所以我们在这个不能杀蛇。
saddest day of the history.
can wait one minute. All right.
Otherwise you're gonna lose it. Go.
So what's on the head?
Yeah, we did pass it.
Nepalese.
There are drinks. Yours, so smooth, thin.
응.